What is going on, guys? Smooth Eating here, back with another video, and today we've got the F1 2014 Jerez testing preview. So then the Jerez tests then start tomorrow, 28th of January, on the Tuesday, and there'll be 4 days then of testing: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And this will be the first look then at, I think, 6 of the new cars, because so far then we've had 4 car launches, and we'll see 6 more on the first day. That first morning some more will be unveiled, and then of course the Lotus will be unveiled after the Jerez test. So why have they chosen Jerez then? Well, it's kind of, over recent years it's always been at Jerez. The first test is traditionally at this circuit. I think it's probably fairly good for testing, but it's not a race circuit. They don't race at it anymore. It's quite an old circuit, so it's more about testing their cars than actually testing their cars, like in terms of actually racing. Because, it's not very good actual race circuit, but it is probably quite good for testing, so that's why F1 has chosen once again to test around Jerez. And of course, that's why they don't have to race around there, because I wouldn't really see it as a potential race, but certainly I think it's quite a good test. I think it's got quite a unique pit lane. So then there'll be 4 days of testing then, as I mentioned. On day 1, we got Marcus Ericsson and Valtteri Bottas. They're the only 2 drivers then, I think, so far to be confirmed as I speak. Of course, there might be more people being confirmed. Certainly on the morning, there'll be plenty more drivers confirmed. I'm sure every driver who is racing in 2014 will want to be, getting as much practice with the new car as they possibly can to try and get the advantage over their rivals. And maybe drivers such as the new Force India reserve driver and some other reserve drivers like Frines, Van der Garde, they'll all want to be getting some, track action. As of course it is very important, these tests. I think Lotus are missing out heavily with them not being there. That could be a major disadvantage for them coming into the new season with all these new regulations. They really need to find out if their car's good. And then a huge thing for them for these tests will be reliability. Will the engines be holding up over these 4 days? I'm almost certain that we'll be seeing some blow-ups. Obviously not huge explosions, but I'm sure we'll see some engines failing, some cars stopping on track. Hopefully this won't result in any incidents. Hopefully they can just safely pull over. But I'm almost certain that there will be some engine failures or mechanical failures with the new cars, as there are just so many, new regulations. And we did see some in 2013, even when there was barely any new regulation changes. So on Tuesday then we'll be seeing Marussia, Force India, Williams, Red Bull, Caterham and Mercedes launching their cars. Of these cars then, we'll be probably most looking forward to seeing the Red Bull and probably the Mercedes. The Red Bull because of course it's been the dominant car over the past 4 years. Can they produce the goods once again? Can Adrian Newey provide a very good car for Sebastian Vettel once again to possibly challenge to win his 5th consecutive title? And at the Jerez test, although some people think, most people will be sandbagging, I have heard in an interview that people have been saying they will not be sandbagging. And we might be able to see some pace from this. Certainly you can tell if someone's struggling or way off the pace, but you probably can't pick a clear winner, although say if McLaren were really struggling you could probably tell. Although of course I think in 2011 we did see a Williams top the day 1 timesheets, and of course what happened to them in 2011, they only scored 5 points. So you can't really learn too much from the Jerez test, but I'm sure in terms of reliability and maybe some pace, sort of form book, we might learn a bit. So then on day 2 we've got Ericsson and Bottas again, so they're running day 1 and day 2. On day 3 we've got Frines, the Caterham reserve driver, who was so nearly confirmed at Caterham, but he just missed out, and he is a reserve driver, and he'll be driving is probably one of his first ever times driving an F1 car. I think he's only driven an F1 car on a couple of occasions. And then of course Massa in his Williams will also be running in day 3. And I think that is along with yeah, that's right, with Massa. Yeah, so Frines and Massa then will be the 2 cars driving. A bit confused there, but that's right. Yeah, Frines and Massa on day 3. Then day 4 Pirelli have just confirmed today that that'll be a wet testing day, and Kobayashi then will be driving for the first time in F1, and Massa also driving as Williams for the first time. That'll be interesting to see then the wet testing session, how that goes, because I think Pirelli are providing all the tyre compounds, including the wet. I've been Smooth Racing then. You can leave your predictions for what's going to be happening in the Jerez test down in the comments. But that's all from me then. I'll be giving you reviews and previews, and reviews of each day of the Jerez test over the coming days. So I hope you enjoy them. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've been Smooth Racing, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.